Yo, Joe Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. We are going way back in time today because on an upcoming episode of Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast, we're going to be talking about G.I. Joe Sigma 6. So with purple and green being kind of my theme colors for the past 20 years or so, I found out there's a purple and green Zartan. I love Zartan. Let's get one of these guys, open it up, check it out. We'll talk about it on the episode, and we'll do an unboxing right here. G.I. Joe Sigma 6 is from 2005, 2007. Well, this one came out in 2007. And it was an attempt to update G.I. Joe, make it more appealing to the kids of the time. The accompanying cartoon is an anime by Gonzo Productions, which I don't know anything about any of that. I just know I bought one Snake Eyes figure from this line, and at the time I was like, this is a really cool figure. It's just not what I want out of G.I. Joe. But now I just want to own this Zartan because it looks awesome, and we'll see if maybe I end up with more Sigma 6 stuff. Packaging, I got this off of eBay. It came super, super fast because we're recording on a Monday. I ordered it on Friday, and it got here on Monday. I really didn't. It was kind of a last-minute decision. I did not expect it to get here in time, but it did. So, yeah, big blister, giant blister. This was not an uncommon thing in the first decade of the 2000s. To have just this massive plastic card or a blister and just a little bit of card with a J hook on it up here at the top. You can see GIJoe.com is kind of prominent up here at the top of the livery. He is a Cobra agent. I don't know if dreadnoughts are even a thing in Sigma 6 because we haven't gotten that far into it yet. And this is codename Toxic Zartan. Now there is a regular version of Zartan as well. But this is hence the purple and green of this guy. He is a mercenary. I love the Now with Kung Fu Grip sticker on the front. I don't know if that's something that came in later in the line. I don't know what the story behind that is. We will be discussing it more on, as I said, that upcoming episode of Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. They do have a nice little weapons portfolio on the side here. His Toxo Blaster, a double-bladed sword, in a bio-sludge backpack. The sword is possibly, I'm not sure, I know Zartan has been a ninja in various iterations of G.I. Joe. Maybe we'll see on the file card here. And then we've got a little cross-cell over here on the side rather than on the back, showing us Wetsuit, High Tech, who is kind of runs the base in the cartoon, Shipwreck, Lockdown, who I've not seen yet, and Samurai Storm Shadow, which is a little weird because a samurai is nothing like a ninja. And then on the back, we've got all the features here. Looks like this thing actually squirts water, which is pretty cool. I am not positive if I will test that out or not. Press here to fire. Weapon, staff, and sword. Fire sludge. That's interesting. Bio-sludge backpack, storage chamber for sludge. Clearly, bio-sludge is like a trademarkable type of thing. G.I. Joe is an elite team that uses innovative technology and powerful gear in their battle to stop the evil Cobra organization from taking over the world. Just kind of a new way of saying what they've been saying for the past 40 years. Classified, authorized personnel only. Code name. It's very odd to me that his code name is Toxic Zartan and not like Zartan parentheses toxic version or something. Status, at large. Specialty, disguise. Personal history. Zartan is always looking for new weapons and he's not squeamish about where he finds them. Hazardous waste to Zartan was an untapped resource. He combined materials to create a toxic sludge that poisons on contact. One blast of it and you are infected with a substance that attacks you in a dozen different ways, all of them unpleasant. He is immune to it except for turning a sickly green color, which is a small price to pay for the opportunity to hit G.I. Joe with a nasty surprise. So no mention of him being a ninja here. He just has a sword because sometimes swords are just cool. All right, let's open this guy up and take a look. I am, as I said, I bought a Snake Eyes back when these came out, and just I thought it was a cool figure. You know, there's no arguing that these are cool toys, but it just wasn't really what I was looking for out of G.I. Joe. And you know, that sort of thing has happened through time as franchises that I love grow older and try to adapt to modern audiences. Things change, and we don't always get what we want out of them, and that's okay, because sometimes the success... Oh, we've got some decaying rubber bands here. I'm just going to snip through those. You know, sometimes going along with getting new things from franchises we love is that they have to adapt and cater to younger generations. And we end up with things that, you know, like Star Wars Black Series. That has kept Star Wars going in the toy aisles, but then we also, alongside it, have the vintage collection and the retro collection. So there's things for, you know, older collectors who want to stay more true to the original intent of the lines in there as well. So we've got rubber bands, and then we've got this one black twist tie deal. Oh man, that thing does not want to give. What have we got up here? It's funny, I just recently in a video said that I wish they would just go back to twist ties because all the little plastic things are so horrible. But this twist tie is like going to be a problem. There we go. Holy cow. All right. How is all of this situated? So there is our Toxo cannon, I think. Toxo Blaster, it says. I really love the colors. They're all distinctive and bright and interesting to look at. Well, he comes with a lot more than what was on the side of the card there. There's a ton of stuff in here. He's got a bunch of knives. Ugh. Holy cow, this is extremely annoying to unpack. Hope you guys are enjoying all these noises. I know I'm not. Got another wire to undo in here. I'm not going to try and cut through this one. Hopefully I can just get it untwisted. There we go. Zartan himself. I would love if his big giant arms stuck through the card in two places. All right, is that everything? That's everything. Now we've got a little decaying rubber band stuck to his feet there. Let's get those out of the way. That is a... Oh, he's got some kind of schmutz on him, on his knees. I thought that was... I saw that before I opened the package up, and I thought it was like part of the deco, like he had some kind of spatter effect on him, but it's just some kind of something that came off him in the package. Interesting. He is a skinny, tall fellow. Wow. Okay. He's got instructions, which just show you how involved this single figure is, that they felt the need to include blueprints with it to explain how everything works. Let's get those accessories off to the side, and we will take a look at the figure itself first. Now, like all good Zartans, let me get my nippers out of the way there. Like all good Zartans, he's got a hood. He has the sickly green skin color that was mentioned in the bio, in the file card. Little skull and crossbones on the armor there. Oh, I like the way the shoulder panels are done. Great articulation on this guy. No bicep swivel, but he's got the big giant hinged ball joint elbow. He's got a swivel at the top. Not elbow, shoulder, sorry. He's got a swivel at the top of the shoulder, and then he's got, completely inexplicably, he has translucent arms from the elbow down, but it looks awesome. I mean, it's nonsense. It's not realistic in any way, but it looks really, really cool. It's very toyetic. You guys know what a fan I am of that. He's got a little plug-in here for his accessories, one on each forearm. Everything moves great. He's a very sturdy plastic that feels strong, good plastic, and just really nice articulation. Very easy to stand up, obviously, given those big giant feet. The hips, it's got a ball joint. Waist cut, which I'm not a big fan of, but on this figure, like his proportions are barely different all the way around, so when you turn his waist all the way, it doesn't make quite as horrible a profile as it does. And then he's got just, oh, why didn't they make that a ball joint? That's so odd. This looks like it should be a ball joint, but it's just a hinge. So it's just sort of a normal ab crunch type deal. And then the head seems like just on a ball, but pretty good range. Knees are, okay, swivel and single joint. And then the feet, oh, interesting. No rocker at all, no swivel at all. Just the joint up and down. But still pretty good. I could not tell you what the price point was on these, but I would, if I had to guess, I'd say they were, under $10 probably for 2007. Maybe $11.99. I don't know, but still, a figure like this today, I mean, this guy is huge. I had forgotten how big these are because it's often referenced as Sigma 6 being Joe's first attempt at a 6-inch line, but that is not the case. This guy is over 8 inches tall. This is a huge figure. If you want to compare him to our 00 Snake Eyes, then there you go. So even though aesthetically these are not compatible, now if you wanted to get some of the bats from this to use as sort of giant robots for classified, that would possibly work very well. So he looks very cool. The colors, like I said, are distinct and interesting to look at. This is a very, very toyetic action figure. He's got a hinged hand and then one that's just sort of open, which this looks really cool. Like, that's a great hand pose, but I'd kind of rather this be this clamping C-grip, the spring-loaded hinge, because I'd like for him to be able to hold more than just one thing at a time. This is, like I said, it looks really cool, but it's kind of useless. All right, let's figure out how all of this business goes on him. We've got his bio sludge? Yes, bio sludge backpack. It does indeed hold water. It's got these two cool looking spear things on the top that don't do anything but just look awesome. The old biohazard symbols on there. And then the little skull. Like, this is a great piece. I really like this. And then the hose is going to plug right, in theory, is going to plug right into that. Oh, this piece is rubber. So it's not, okay. Surely I don't need to use the instructions for this. What? That's what it meant when it said the sword and the staff also shoot the bio sludge. Wow. Okay. So let's give this one more try here. It does not want to go on. I'm going to have to heat this up, this soft plastic. But if you can see, this is wider at the bottom. And that's why this is, I think it's just because it's old rubber. So let's take a second and heat this up. Okay, about 20 seconds of heat on this, and it's much more pliable. Let's see if it'll just plug on. There we go. Plugs right on. No problem at all. So there you go. There is that contraption hooked up. You've got these 3 pegs that go into the 3 holes in Zartan's back. I'm curious to see if they stay put. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. His chest. This chest piece is... Well, no, it's not really. I thought it felt like it was a softer plastic. It I guess, is because of the way the friction is holding this in pretty nicely. It doesn't seem like it's going to stay well, but it does. Oh, he's also got pegs here for the knives. The knife, which can squirt water? No, that's... Oh, okay. All these things can combine. This is a modular toy line, so there are going to be a lot of like combinations and things. But for now, I'll get the instructions out of the way. Hopefully we won't need those again. We've got a knife right there. We've got this other sort of style of knife right there. So we've already got some good weapon storage going on with this guy. And then his... Oh, this is going to be a problem. Is getting this thing to stay plugged in, because the hose isn't quite long enough, it seems like. Like maybe it should be a little bit longer. And that hand, I don't know how securely that's going to hold. Like, we'd be much better off with a trigger finger to actually hold this cannon in place. This is not... Let's see, maybe we need to do... It's all falling apart. I don't know if this is going to work either. Okay, that's a little better. Get the hose under the arm. Can't... I don't think he's going to be... No, he's not going to be able to hold that with 2 hands. So you've got his cannon that kind of aims upward and can't really aim straight ahead and is pretty large. A trigger finger would have made all the difference here. But the cannon itself, I mean, it's pretty cool looking. I like this detail here. The water is going to come out right there. You get the cool canister, which seems kind of unnecessary to have this canister when you've got the giant backpack for the biosludge, but whatever, it looks cool. It's a nice green. Got the purple detail up here. You've got... There's just no way. I like this other handle here. I like the idea that he could sort of hold this like that, but he can't. The figure just doesn't move that way. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe the elbow bent a little bit better the other direction, but it really doesn't. You can see that's about all you get out of that. So that's as close to a two-handed grip as you're going to get on that cannon. But then you also have... Now, what the heck is this thing? Oh, that's a shield. This is a little sneeze guard goes on the cannon there to make it even larger and more unwieldy. All right. So then you can also get the sword going on here. That it makes a lot less sense that the sword is squirting biosludge, but he can hold it a little better than he can the cannon. And that is just straight up like a double... Look, it's got... This is wild. So it's got like the Danzig skull. Focus on the instructions camera. You've got like the Danzig skull going on here, kind of. Or is it just a skull with like 2 snakes? Maybe that's what this look is. Whatever the case, pretty wicked looking weapon. I love the green on the blades. Looks really cool. This is all like style. And if you want to, you can just plug that sword into his arm. And he can use it like that. He's got another knife. This guy's got so many knives. And then he has... Oh my gosh, this is wild how much stuff this guy came with. I don't know how I'm going to display him on the shelf. I want as many weapons as possible attached to him. But it really would have been nice if this other hand could hold things. So yeah, you've got another knife right there. Again, that green detail on the blade, really cool. I like that. It's got a peg so it can peg into his leg or his forearm or wherever you need Toxic Zartan to have a knife. I didn't take a close look at these other ones. He's got this brutal looking, like, pinhead Hellraiser looking tool here. Pretty sick. Plug that into his forearm, maybe? Why not? Why not? And then another double-bladed deal, kind of Klingon looking. It's got the peg on it, and then you can combine. So his sword, oh, I thought that was going to plug into that. But maybe that's just for this. This is the staff piece. That, well, what is this for then? I guess there are other modular things that can connect to. I thought for sure it could go on like the, well, I guess it can go on the end of the staff, which it seems a little smaller than maybe it should be. So none of the staff comes apart, but this is, what about right there maybe? Oh, how weird. So how weird is that? That seems like something should plug onto it. The only thing that the only connecting point here is right there. And there is no way, this is he's literally like a sprinkler when he has the staff set up, because there is no way, it's all falling apart now. There's no way he can aim the staff at anybody. Well, I guess there you go. So he can shoot bio-sludge out of the staff, out of his sword, or out of the bio-blaster cannon. Is that everything? That's everything. So there you go. That is G.I. Joe Sigma 6 Toxic Zartan. Quite an eye-catching, toyetic action figure. Lots of articulation. A couple of sort of wonky decisions in the way that things were designed, but overall, a cool figure that will be nice on my like G.I. Joe oddities shelf. So there you go. Be sure and check out Friday's episode of Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast, where we'll talk a lot more about Sigma 6. We're not going to hit on everything, but it's kind of our dipping our toes into Sigma 6 episode, if you will. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. Come back every week for more toy reviews, sometimes vintage stuff like this. And yes, 2007 is vintage. Maybe, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. Old stuff. And as always, Cobra.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.